Superheat or subcooling as related to the heating and air conditioning industry, namely a split unit. And a split unit may be considered two different units. It's not very technical. It sounds very intimidating, but it's very simple. It's the HVAC unit broken up into a dichotomy, two separate entities: the air handler in one location and the condenser in another location. As relates to a package unit, everything is in one big box that would sit outside, generally speaking, for residential home use. So the split unit, just think of it, break it down. Say you just two fingers, one would be the air handler, the second would be the condenser. So, and one may ask, well, how do I know if I've got a split unit or package unit? A little experience you can spot it very expeditiously. However, if you note two copper lines coming out of the wall, the larger copper line oftentimes will have insulation on it, or may have insulation, or should have insulation for that matter, on it. The smaller line is uninsulated, but the two copper lines run adjacent through the wall or up to the wall, say in the second, into the attic, or however they do it. Some people put a cover over them to cover it, just to make it look pleasing to the eye, so to speak. But notwithstanding, there are two, when dealing with a split unit, there are two important terms to note. One is superheat. Two, subcooling. Again, reiterate. One, superheat. Two, subcooling. And as we note here, the tipster here is this just acts as a memory tool. This is an old manifold gauge. I don't know if they would call this analog. The newer ones may be called digital. But these are great tools to learn on, because then you get a holistic understanding of how the entire unit operates, versus just having the unit spit the numbers out. Now, if the unit is calibrated properly and it spits the numbers out, yes, that is quicker, easier, and more expeditious. However, it's good to know and have a comprehension of the totality of the entire unit. So one little mnemonic here is, for instance, on the blue side, written superheat. On the red side, have written subcooling. And simply, these are just gauges that are turned upended up in the other direction. So it's nothing fancy, nothing very complicated, but just as a tool, because oftentimes we learn things, and when we learn things, we go through life and go through certain steps, and oftentimes we forget stuff. So it's good to have a little tool just to jog our memory here. And but on the low pressure side, which is the blue, I've just there's written superheat. On the high pressure side, subcooling. Just a simple reminder, just a simple thing. These are the formulas, and this tells you TXV and piston. So this is just one mnemonic that may help if you're in the industry, or you're a newbie to the industry, or you're a particular do-it-yourselfer, or whoever, whatever your case may be. But keep in mind, superheat here. So when I flip the gauges up, immediately I know it's superheat. Subcooling here. If I have a piston, it's going to be superheat. If I have a TXV, it may be subcooling. The formula is line minus gauge equals superheat. Subcooling may equal gauge minus line, and this would give you the idea. So it's just a memory tool. superheat on the blue, subcooling on the red. Hope this helps, and thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.